Fight and talk back again, and today I'm delighted to be joined by UFC Heavyweight Tom Apsinall ahead of his bout against Curtis Blaydes on UFC London on July 23rd. Tom, two fights, two main events, two home shows. 2022's not turned out too bad so far, has it?
It's going all right, mate. It's going all right. Fight and talk, is it?
I
didn't realise. That's nice. It's straight to the point.
It
Fight
is.
and talk, yeah. Two main events. Last one was a success, weren't it? So it would be rude not to do it again, especially with that kind of crowd performance and atmosphere. It would be very rude not to do it again. So back again, July 23rd.
If we do look back into that March one, when you walked out, though, you took it all in. You could see you were enjoying it. You had your old man Danny there as well behind you. But deep down, how much did that mean when you come out, the curtains came back, and you made that walk to the octagon in front of the home fans?
It's important to me, of course, but it's what I've seen in my mind for a long time. Do you know what I mean? It's not like any surprise to me. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is like my big moment or anything. I just felt normal. Do you know what I mean? I felt completely normal. I think you can tell by my mannerisms, look on my face, and the way I acted in the fight, like I'm completely comfortable doing that.
I mentioned Andy there, of course, your dad. He's been with you since day one. How special has it been to share that journey? Because, look, people maybe just join your journey now and think it's all been ups, but it hasn't. There was a time when you were going to quit MMA. How special has it been to have your dad alongside you through the whole thing?
Yeah, pretty. If it wasn't for my dad, I wouldn't be doing it. If my dad turned around tomorrow and said, look, I don't think you should do this anymore, like I would stop. I've said that loads of times and I would. This is like our thing together. And like you say, it's going good now, but it's not always gone this good. There's been a lot of times when I've been frigging busted mentally and physically. And financially as well. Very. So yeah, it's good for everything to be going good now. But same as I just said in the last question, like I knew this was going to happen, and I know that sounds a bit cocky and egotistical, but like I knew, like we both knew that this was going to happen, and now it's happening. So I'm not surprised with it at all.
How much then did you, I guess not rely, but have to really look at that positive mental attitude when you did have that spell pre-Cage Warriors where, what was it, 22 months and you just couldn't get a fight and the decision was arguably there for you?
How deep do you want me to go into this interview?
It's deep as you like.
You want me to get philosophical with you? No, I'm just a big believer in like the law of attraction and the law of vibration and stuff. I don't want to go too deep, but I think I don't want to sound like one of them weirdos who's like get my frigging crystal out and start doing. But I seriously believe like if you put your focus on something that obviously you have to work towards it. You can't just put your focus on it and be like, I'm going to be in the UFC and then sit there all day frigging eating crisp and watching TV. Like, I truly believe I'm going to be a UFC heavyweight champion one day, and I'm going to do it. And I'm working towards it every day. My whole life is centered around this thing. So if you're working towards it and you believe in it, it's pretty likely that it's going to happen.
If we look forward then now to July, Curtis Blaydes, what are you expecting from him?
He's very good. He is by far the toughest fight in the division for me stylistically. I don't mean the most dangerous. I think Francis Ngannou is undoubtedly the most dangerous fight in the division. I mean stylistically, I think he's the best. He mixes up his striking and grappling really well. As you've just seen with the training, I'm preparing for the worst situations. Like I'm preparing myself. The training sessions are miserable, mate. I'm starting in bad positions all the time. Got big, strong guys like Phil. Got Phil DeFries there, KSW heavyweight champion. Got Paul Craig, UFC top 10 light heavyweight, and a lot of other big guys who are just starting on top of me, squashing me all the time. So obviously, I'm preparing for the worst. I'm sparring with pro boxers. I'm going over to Holland next week to spar the best kickboxer in the world. So just trying to cover all bases, mate, because I'm expecting the best Curtis Blaydes that there's ever been.
How much does it take out of you then, a long fight camp like this, especially when you've got the travel as well involved? I think maybe a lot of fans don't realise that. A lot of the gyms that you're going to, you're having to go there. You've not got people coming to you, you're travelling. Like you say there, Holland, you're up here in the northeast here today. Like, how much does that add to a tough training camp?
It's tough, but it's also good. It breaks up the routine because I've been in the same routine now for like 10 years. So it's good, but it's also a bit refreshing. You know, I come away from home and I've got like small kids at home and stuff. So it's nice to just be able to focus solely on the training. On the flip side, if I did that all the time, I would probably go crazy. So it's good to be like have a week or so at home and then have a week or so. I'm trying to just do it a bit like that. And obviously I've got my dad coming around to link it all together. So it's good, but I can't be away from like my family too long because I'll go insane doing that as well. So good balance.
Look, I was going to bring up a little bit later, but you mentioned Francis Ngannou before. There's certain UFC fighter, of course, Chael Sonnen, who last week I think it was, put a video out. I'm presuming you've seen it. For the fans who haven't, sort of, he said he thinks you're very good, but he also feels like you're a fan and that you use your opportunity in the limelight to promote other people and not yourself. Can I sort of get your response to that?
Well, I am a fan. He's right. In that particular instance, they were asking me about Francis Ngannou, so I answered the question on Francis Ngannou. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think a lot of people understand, like, when you're on media days and stuff, you spend kind of 8 hours talking about yourself. So when someone asks you a question about something else, it's quite refreshing. So I was happy to. I see what he means. I get exactly what he means. And I did a reply to him on Instagram. Then he replied to me with another video. And in the other video, I took note of what he said. Like, it made a lot of sense that I need to start promoting myself a little bit more. And I do. I understand that. But I also need to do it in an authentic way. I would never sell myself out and be something that I would never put on an act. Like, it's just not me. So if I feel like it's right to promote myself, I will promote myself. But if I don't feel like it's right, and in that instance, someone asks me about something else, I'll talk about something else. Like, I'm just trying to be myself, basically.
How important is that for you? I know when you spoke to Ariel a few weeks ago, you on about that when you went to the shop and someone was like, "What are you doing here? What do you think I do here? Just buy bread?" Like, how important is it for you to stay grounded?
Well, it's all I know. I'm not trying to be an actor. Well, that's a lie. I am trying to be an actor. I do actually want to act. Like, when I finish fighting, I do want to do some TV work and that, but that's way down the line. But for right now, I'm trying to be myself. And if that means that I've not got as many Instagram followers or views on YouTube or whatever any of these other actors care about, I would rather a small group of people follow me for being me, as opposed to a large amount of people follow me for being fake. So I'm happy with it.
Well, if we look at July, then just last couple, you're going to make a walk again in front of the home crowd. We've seen the video that was taken outside the arena the last time. How special will it be for you once again to be receiving that sort of atmosphere?
Oh, mate, it's going to be twice as bad this time. My friend from my hometown, he bought 1,662 tickets this time. So that's a lot. That's a lot of people. And then there's so many, mate. It's just going to go absolutely off this time. I think that's what people like Chael and stuff. The Americans, they don't really realize, I don't need to act like that because I've got a whole country behind me, and I don't think when you're watching it on TV, that doesn't really come across. But when you're live at an event, you can really feel like, oh, this guy doesn't really need to big himself up anymore because I'm already bigged up, if that makes sense. So I'm not. I'm just happy being myself, yeah. But to answer the question, it's going to be absolutely insane this time.
You like being yourself. It's a new look yourself, of course. We've gone for the buzz cut now. What was the sort of decision behind that?
So this is a statement that everybody makes mistakes, and you just got to live with it. You got to face your mistakes head on. No, what happened was, so basically, my barber is a good friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, and I just don't. He comes to my house and cuts my hair, which is awesome. But I just don't have to. I'm in training camp. I just don't have time for him to come all the time. And then, so I thought, right, can't be that difficult to cut your hair. I'm going to have a go. And obviously, it didn't go that well, so I cut it off. So, Joe, if you're watching, I'm sorry. He is going to shave the sides off next week, so I've got a bit of a fade going next week. So it look like I've got hair again, hopefully. But yeah, sorry, Joe, never again.
Finally, then, Tom, just last one. What can fans expect from you come July 23rd, and kind of get a prediction for you for how you see the fight going?
Oh, who knows? These heavyweights watching me, mate, thinking that they know what they're going to get. They've not got a clue because most of the time I don't even know what's going on up there. So these guys watching and they think, oh yeah, he's good at this. He's not very good at this. He's good. You don't know. Nobody knows. I could come out there and throw a spinning elbow, knock him out. I could take him down, lying on for 5 rounds. I could submit him off. Who knows? I've got so many different finishes from different positions. I'm literally, I truly believe I'm one of the best finishers in the UFC. So I can finish you from absolutely anywhere. So when you're watching one of my fights, you've got to be expecting a finish at any time. Definitely.
And do you think it's a title shot next?
I don't care. No, not at all. For me, I'm fighting on the 23rd of July. The 24th of July for me at the moment just doesn't really exist. I am not thinking past. I think, mate, to be thinking past Curtis Blaydes, I think is suicide. I think that's absolutely stupid. And anybody who's like, oh, who you fight next? Will you fight for an interim title? Will you fight for the full title? Will you fight the winner of Tuivasa and Gane? Will you? Not bothered. I'm bothered about Curtis Blaydes, and I'm bothered about finishing him. And that's it. Like, that's my sole focus.
Perfect, Tom. All the best come July, and thank you very much for your time, mate.